Hey, everybody, this is your boy Alvin for another episode of So Says Alvin. Happy Easter 2020. Happy Resurrection Day to all of you. We are nearly 30 days into this pandemic, whereas we had to be quarantined. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you are remaining safe. My two words for all of this through this will be stay compliant, because the more you do to take care of yourself, then the more you will not be at risk of catching this virus or having it and passing it on to somebody else. Whew, I don't know about all of you, but I have been in pajamas probably for the last 30 days walking around this house. And so it felt so good today to put on a little something to come at you guys and feel a little decent, because I have not gone into my closet to pull out anything in nearly 4 weeks. Wow. And that is very crazy. But it's been a lot going on this week, and so I want to, move right into that. One of the things that fell on our laps this week was talking about how the pandemic is affecting African Americans and how the African American community, the rates of this virus is increasing. And we have to know that this was not something, let me go back a little bit. When the pandemic first hit, there were a lot of African Americans saying, oh, this is not going to happen to me. This is not going to happen to me. Okay, well, we're beyond that. It is happening to us. It is happening to everyone. This virus does not discriminate. So know that. And I'm sorry that you were misled in the beginning when they told all of us that it was affecting people who were 55 to 60 years old and all this stuff, and they really didn't have the answers and the statistics to support what they were saying. And so again, people who were in their 20s, 30s or whatever, they were going out doing whatever they needed to do because the message was, you can't get it. Well, now they know. So we're going to move on beyond that. Study came out this week that African Americans were, again, getting this at a disproportionate rate. And it is true. And a lot of it has to do with the underlying ailments or pre-existing illnesses that people have. So when the Surgeon General, Jerome Adams, made the comment that African Americans need to stop drinking, need to stop smoking, and he referenced it or tried to connect it to how it was connected to the coronavirus, I'm going to say that some of that is true, because when you smoke and when you drink and when you take drugs, it does increase certain illnesses. It does increase, diabetes. It does increase heart issues. All of that plays into that. So the fact that he said it, now it may not have been the way that you wanted to hear it, but the fact that he said it was true. And all these things that I was hearing, some of these comments that I was hearing about him, that he was stereotyping and even calling him a coon, and even referencing the fact that he was, in an interracial marriage and that he's not connected with himself, that he's not black. Ladies and gentlemen, stop doing that, please. Stop doing that. And then when he referenced big mama, that you should, do it for your big mama, he is black, ladies and gentlemen. He is black. Who's to say in his family, with his interracial family, that he is not using terms like big mama and all that? It is not so far-fetched that he can't do that. So all I'm saying, really, the point of why I'm going into this is he's only talking about what we have been talking about in our own community. I have talked to many friends who I know who smoke, who drink excessively, particularly, okay? I have talked to a lot of them about, maybe you need to cut down, just at least get a little bit more fit, because we don't know how this virus is acting, who it really attacks or whatever. We don't have the answers. But all of those things that the Surgeon General mentioned, smoking, drinking, drugs, they all play into pre-existing diseases or causing diseases, from lung issues to heart issues to diabetes. It all plays into that. So I'm not saying give him a break. I'm not here to support him per se. I'm just saying, think a little differently about it, okay? And then last and most importantly, You don't know what shoes he has to fill being in the job that he's in, working for that person that I'm going to just call his name, Donald Trump. I mean, all those puppets who are up there, come on now. And then he's black and you all don't have a clue of what he has to go through. So all I'm saying is, again, he could have said it differently, but ease up a bit. And for whatever you do, you need to listen to him because a lot of what he was saying was true. All right. The next big thing that happened this week that was really crazy for me was how the reporters were jumping on how African Americans were talking about wearing a mask, put them in a position to be profiled. I was like, okay, come on. Granted, I'm sure it was a great story for reporters to have to pull out. But at the end of the day, people who should be wearing masks, the most important thing that you need to worry about is being safe and keeping others safe. Now, if you're doing what you should be doing as a law-abiding citizen when you're out wearing these masks, and let me interject and throw this caveat in here. Look, as a black man, I have been profiled many, many, many times. So I'm not saying that you're not going to be profiled. I'm just saying check your choices. Put the mask on, be safe, go out here and do what you need to do to take care of yourself and to take care of others. Because at the end of this day, until they test every single person in the United States, we're all at risk for catching this virus. And until they get that straight, then look, you need to do what you need to do. Stay compliant. And while we're on the subject of masks, I want to give a special shout out to all of those people that this pandemic has pushed to reach inside your creative zone to make these masks. Some of you have no idea how many lives that you are saving by making these masks and getting them out to people. Earlier this or last week, I put on my Facebook page, saying to all the entrepreneurs, because a lot of people call me because I'm in fashion, and they will call me and they will say, Alvin, where can I get a mask? I see all these masks, who do you know? Are there designers making masks, whatever? They're not necessarily designers, but they are gifted, creative entrepreneurs now. And I'm going to say, if I have to say one thing about this pandemic, it has brought that out of you. So I'm applauding you right now for all these mask makers. I have 5 that's coming on Monday, praise God. And I cannot wait to get them. But I'm going to say on the whole mask issue, put it on, stay compliant. Stay compliant. Don't listen to that fool, Donald Trump. Listen to the people in the medical field. Dr. Fauci, I'm sorry, I always have a problem saying his name. I have these beautiful lips sometimes that, sometimes get in the way of me pronouncing certain words. But anyway, you know who he is. Listen to what he has to say. All right. So that's what I have to say, on the whole mask issue. And then I'm gonna move right into social distancing right now. Everybody was all up in arms about, the social distancing that went viral about all the black folks down at the wharf. And we were trying to say, well, you're not talking about all the people who were in DuPont Circle. You're not talking about all that. Well, you're not talking about all the people who were at the Cherry Blossom. Yeah, they were. But sometimes you have to shed light on some things to get a bigger reaction. I don't think that it was, and if it was targeted, so be it. Because those people down at that wharf was putting a lot of people's lives at risk, those crowds. So now all of that has been taken care of, thanks to Mayor Bowser and her doing and saying what she has to do to have people stay compliant. She's done that. And while I'm here talking about staying compliant, I want to give a special shout out to Governor Hogan. I want to give a special shout out to Governor Ralph Northam in Virginia, Governor Hogan in Maryland. You guys and Mayor Bowser, you are doing what you have to do. I can't imagine you doing what you have to do under that leadership, that person that we have live on 16th Street who don't know what the freak that he's doing. Okay, we have to get him out of office. And while we're here at that, okay, we all know Joe Biden is our new candidate. He is the person who will be representing the Democratic Party to get Donald Trump out of office. Bernie Sanders, he gave up, he's done, he's out. So Bernie Sanders supporters, stop resting on when he ran with Hillary. Stop resting on that. Every time I have a conversation about Bernie Sanders, everybody wants to go back when he was running with Hillary Clinton. Stop that. All of you need to get behind Joe Biden because Donald Trump needs to be out of office. If you don't know anything, I don't care what you think about Donald Trump, how you support him, look at how he's handling this pandemic. People are dying because this fool did not take heed when he was informed several months ago. We could have been in front of this. And if you really want to get into it, President Obama, when he put that pandemic force team together in 2017, that Donald Trump dismantled, they had a prediction that there may be a pandemic, and they were preparing for it. He dismantled that. This man is not fit to be in office. Okay, most of you know that. He has handled this situation so poorly and he needs to go. Okay, I need to close, but I want to let you all know that we are all in this together. I want to let you all know that we have to stay compliant. You have to do what the CDC and other medical professionals are asking you to do. If you don't have a mask, there are ways of making a mask. People have been making masks out of underwear. People have been making masks out of t-shirts. Get creative. If you don't know how to do it, go on YouTube or whatever. Ask somebody. Somebody knows how to make you a mask so you can go outside and you can be safe. All right? All right. Look, this is your boy Alvin, and this is my So Says Alvin. I hope you all, again, have a wonderful Easter. A wonderful Easter evening, and that your whole day and your whole Easter night or evening is everything that you want it to be. Stay blessed, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye, guys.